Alright, so I have canceled my Zwift subscription because it's just expensive. And I thought I would try MyWhoosh. So I downloaded that app and put it here. Am I recording this? I am. Good deal. So I've set the, oh, my email is not verified. So I've set everything up before getting here except the trainer. Wow, we'll do that. So this will be a new experience for you and me because I've never done this. I've never been on the MyWhoosh app. I have no idea what it's about. No device found. Plug into a voltage source, make sure you're due permissions, turn on the Bluetooth, pedal and enable the device. Ensure that no other devices are connected to it. So I don't know how to, there it is. Pair of that one. I should also grab a heart rate monitor, which is not out here. So we'll pause this for a moment while I go grab my heart rate monitor. All right, I cannot find my heart rate monitor, so I will get back to that next time. Yeah, I don't know. So we'll get back to this. We're gonna ride events, social ride, live coaching, training plans, calendar, free ride, workout, videos on demand in my garage. My bunch 23/7. So like I said, I've already put in a lot of the data that this thing requires. I am at level 1. I weigh 71 kilograms. My FTP is 223. You can do the math to get the watts per kg. Well, let's see what's in the garage. Alpine, Lightning, Arrow weight, Arrow weight. I'm not a good climber, so I'm gonna sacrifice weight for aerodynamics. Can I change my wheel set? No. Dunzo. 3 devices connected. Let's see what's around. So apparently there are a bunch of real places to ride in this game. Like, I don't know what else to call it. It's a game. So let's do a free ride in California, and then we will 8 routes: California, Alcatraz, AWOL, Area 52, Coast and Country, downtown LA, Golden Gate Bridge. Let's do the Hollywood Hills. Is this the, oh, okay, this is the road up to the Hollywood sign. We took the progeny to Disneyland for the first time in, oh, you would like to access my microphone? Okay. iPad doesn't work with gloves. Cut the drafting, steer left. I don't have the steering mechanism on here. I have no idea how to steer. So what happens when I pedal? We just go. Okay. So all right, like I was saying, we were in Hollywood in May to take the progeny to Disneyland. The day after school got out, actually. stayed in Anaheim, went up the mountains, and I've been to LA a bunch of times. I enjoy visiting there. And I should recognize some of this. This is like the most familiar thing I could find on here just to see what this is all about. But I will tell you that Hollywood is significantly more than 12K from the beach, that's for sure. So we'll see what this is all about. I joined the Whoosh thing because it was free. I had a little bit of trouble with the GoPro camera making this, so there will be some picture in picture and some without as we go through this first Whoosh ride. The reason why I chose Whoosh, like I was saying, is because it's free. Zwift decided to raise their prices to like $20 a month, which makes it $240 a year. We as cyclists already spend so much money on our hobby that adding another expense in an app was just not something I wanted to do. I have a couple of different GPS apps with Ride with GPS and Strava. I also pay for the editing software that I use for making these YouTube videos, and it all adds up. So I am trying to decrease my expenditure on things that are associated with my hobby so that I can just ride my bike and not have to spend money or extra money on things. The more you ride, the more you have to eat. So the food thing is really expensive as well, especially when you're riding a couple 100 miles a week. I am super thankful that I have the Feed as a product partner that does compensate me with some store credit every quarter, which has been absolutely awesome. I love the Feed, I love their products, and it keeps me from having to dip into my pockets further to fuel myself to do riding and racing, which is absolutely spectacular. So with that being said, there will be in and out on the picture-in-picture here, which I think is going to work out for the best because you get a full picture view of what Whoosh actually looks like without having my ugly mug in the top left-hand corner of this thing. As I was doing this, I did realize that the ERG didn't feel quite resisting enough for what I was doing on the bike. So I started playing around with the features of it to figure out where the menus were to find the different things so that I could change the gradient feel and jack that up to 100% because I want to know how accurate the app is compared to what my output is and my RPE on the bike. So turning that up made a big difference in the climb ahead going up the route to the Hollywood sign. The layout of MyWhoosh is really nice compared to some of the other games that I've played. This one in the top left tells you where you're going. Top middle gives you your laps, your power output, your elapsed time, heart rate, which I didn't have my heart rate monitor because I couldn't find it, and your cadence. Over on the top right side, I do like that it shows you what zone you're riding in based on color, which is really kind of cool. I did another ride in between this one and recording this video with the ERG on it, and I had to turn the ERG off because it's like whatever the power output is what the power output is. You change gears, it changes the resistance. You change gears again, it changes the resistance again, which makes it really, really hard. So I ended up playing with the ERG mode a little bit in the next ride that I did. Just like on some of the other games, it gives you a list of names where you're from. I put in the wrong country here. And then it gives you your where you're at, and then riders ahead, riders behind, and how much time there is there, how much distance you've gone, and then of course your watts per kilogram. Over on the bottom left, there's the menu button. I really like that this game shows you where you're at on the course and like where your turns are coming up and where the people are. I wish it gave you a better display of like the gradient and the hill and where you're going to be on that. So in the top right corner, you can see that there's like 7% or whatever. I don't think any of the games really integrate elevation change with the mapping in a good way. I don't know what a good way is, but I haven't really found anything that I personally like as far as the gaming goes. Relative to what California and Hollywood actually looks like, this is not a bad representation, like, at all. There really does need to be more people dressed up like Superman and Batman and Catwoman and any other weird sort of person that panhandles to the tourists that are on Hollywood Boulevard. It would also be kind of cool to see like the Hollywood stars on the side of the road. I do think MyWhoosh is going to be a bigger thing than it is right now. You can see that they've partnered with the UCI. There are UCI flags and emblems and things all over the place, which is really kind of cool. I like to see partnerships that work out like that. And UCI is one of the biggest in the world as far as like professional cycling goes, which is neat. So yeah, you saw the official partner up there on the left-hand side of that sign. You can see the terrain has changed some, well, actually a lot, because we went from the beach and then through what looks like downtown and then Hollywood-ish kind of area. This coming up is Toon City, which I would imagine is a play on Universal or Disney or Warner Brothers or any of the other like massive production studios that are in Hollywood and Burbank more than anywhere else, actually, which is just on the other side of the Hollywood Hill. But this is super cartoony, kind of cool. It's like being at one of the theme parks. There are parts of Disneyland. Yeah, Disneyland is in Anaheim that look like this. Never been to Disneyland till May. I've been to Disney World like 7,000 times. So right here, I had to pause the game because my progeny decided she needed dinner. Alright, so we'll resume the ride here. So there's no pause button, which is kind of cool. You just hit the menu and it'll do whatever it needs to do, and then you can come back to it later. You're not having to fumble around with finding the pause button or the coffee button. Alright, so here comes the bottom of the hill for the ride up, it looks like. some portions of this climb, it's like super steep. So we'll see if 100% was good or not. So 20 minutes to the top. Downside. This thing did not measure my cassette. So I'm running a 4452, which is way over. I should say way under a 1-to-1. So it's showing me going a lot slower than I actually am. And there's the last cog. Let's see how this goes. So if you've been up to the Hollywood sign, it is through the middle of a neighborhood in the Hollywood Hills. You've got to kind of know where to go to get there, or follow the signs, but it's not well marked. But you can use any mapping thing on your phone to find it. There is a park at the top of the hill, but there are no condos in big buildings like this. And I did choose Whoosh over some of the other free apps because of the real rides, like actual real places on Earth. In Zwift, you got most of the rides in Watopia. There's Alpe de Zwift, which is essentially Alpe d'Huez. And I know there's a couple other climbs as well. But here's the thing about free. If I don't like this one, just go find another one. And who knows, free may not be the ticket for me and end up going back to Zwift. You never know. Decisions like these are not permanent. So I think I will change my username on here to be The.Racing.Doctor, so that if you want to follow me, you can. And going up the mountain, there is no place to see the sign before you get to the top. The percent grades do feel pretty accurate. But I really need to find my heart rate monitor because this was going to be really telling about wattage output and how accurate everything is, right? Because you can go by RPE all day, but there's no consistency to RPE. And RPE, for those of you who don't know, relative perceived exertion, typically delivered on a scale of 0 to 10. 0 being none, 10 being 100% flat out everything you got, nothing left in the tank, full gas. I want to be in 100 degrees in Houston, relative humidity being like 80-something%. I do feel like I'm putting down a zone 2 effort. Oh, we got a blimp. Look at that. Pro climber, climb 100 meters. Woohoo! I do like that about new apps and new things that measure what you're doing on your bicycle, because everything is a PR the first few times you do it. You get to collect all the badges, all the medals. So the percent grade, what I'm feeling in the trainer, does match up to what the screen is showing me percent-wise and zone-wise. Doesn't really reflect what I'm seeing on the screen. But I think that's true of any virtual thing. No, it really looks like what you actually see unless you go back old school and buy some DVDs. Ooh. I'm riding on a really old worn out cassette on my trainer. So what happens is new cassettes go on the bike, old cassettes go on the trainer, and on goes the cycle. So this cassette makes a lot of noise. It doesn't shift smooth at all. But it's what I got. Because I'm not going to change cassette from wheel to trainer over and over and over again. That's asking to strip something out. And trash a $400 cassette. So I don't know if this ETA remaining feet is accurate. This is saying I got 5 minutes and 2,500 feet of climbing. Unless this thing pitches up real quick, I don't think that that's accurate at all. Because this thing does, if it does go way up, way fast, that ETA is going to go way up, way fast too. Like 10 minutes, not 4. So this feels like 12%, 13%, but it doesn't look like it. But you can't complain about free. Keep calm and ride. I guess they couldn't do ride on because all the Zwifties have that on lock. Almost to the top here. And there's the radio tower. Something tells me that this tower used to be owned by RKO. I'm not 100% on that. And there it is. New PR, 17 minutes, 4 seconds. So, something to shoot for. But I really wasn't working all that hard. I'm more just trying to familiarize myself with MyWhoosh, which so far seems to be a very good free alternative to the paid training apps that are out there. What goes up must go down. Oh, I got the little trailing vortices coming off the handlebars. That's cool. Wow, it is hot. I keep having to look around to find things on the monitor because I'm so used to just glancing where I typically glance to find my metrics in the data. Like I was looking for the miles per hour and I just couldn't find it. Yeah, that's 4410. And I'm out of gear. I was gonna try and hit 45, but I don't think I can. If you were to go 45 miles an hour down the hill in Hollywood, where the Hollywood sign is, you would crash into somebody's house. The roads are super tight, relatively narrow, and there's a bunch of traffic. So this looks like an out and back from the beach to the top and back again. Wow, it's so hot. Oh, I got a message. So, I don't know what happened. It decided to take me to somebody else. Oh, there we go. But I was just watching. Oh, there's the finish line. I found the app to be super useful. The game is kind of cool. I do like the way that it functions, especially to be free. It's got a lot of features to it. It's significantly more robust than I had anticipated getting with something entirely free. So this is how I will be doing my indoor training from here on out. That's for sure. But who knows, I may go back to Zwift if this doesn't pan out the way that I want it to. I hope you guys liked the video. If not, that's fine too. Just let me know what you want me to make content of, and I'll see what I can do for you. The next race I have is in a few weeks, the Texas State Gravel Champs, so we will be doing a video on that one next, I would imagine. I will also be doing a year in review of the Grape Ape as well. The bike turned a year old, at least a year old to me, because I did buy it used last year on August the 2nd. So I want to do a little video on the bike, how it's held up for me, how many miles, all that kind of good stuff. So keep an eye out for that one as well. As always, like and subscribe, click below. I'd appreciate it. And I will see you guys next time. I'm the Racing Doctor.